We've got about 8 people sitting around the table here talking and cleaning.
Are you
We
going
can-
to?
Oh,
I was.
that's right. You're gonna care. Well, you were
You're
gonna,
gonna
you were gonna,
tell me
you were gonna
where.
set it up.
Yes.
Okay, that's good. Can you leave it shut? There you go.
Everybody.
Okay.
Look at
So
Hi. Hi. Oh, I'm out of the picture. aren't I?
everybody's working
That's
on
okay.
everything.
That's a good thing.
Right. Diana started out with her,
Favorite one.
Diana started with her saw, her favorite saw, which was disgusting. It had,
It was bad.
it had a line of sap across the blade. Let's see, where's the blade? Blade in the picture? That's funny. Shouldn't the blade be there? There it is. There was a line of sap right across the blade, all the way across, crusted in there so hard we had to put WD-40 oil on both sides of the blade and let it just sit for about
Yeah.
15 minutes. And then we worked on it with, what did you, we're using steel wool?
Steel walls.
And then she used steel wool on it. There we go. And it is clean as a whistle now, except for right down here at the base.
So I need to set the base a little bit, yeah.
And we might need to, but. Okay, there we go. So the issue with a saw, especially a pruning saw. Go out here, there we go, especially a pruning saw, is that even though the teeth are still sharp, if there's that line of sap there that builds up like a lacquer layer, every time you push the saw forward or back, you're dragging an extra friction source through with you. So that's an important thing to take off, and the saw will feel like it's been sharpened after you take that off. But still then the teeth had to be sharpened. And where did we put that little, got the little triangular file? Here, little triangular file.
What are you looking for?
Little triangular file. I might have been using it on your scissors and I probably put it down someplace. Oh, here's one.
Oh,
There you go.
go.
So we have a,
Tiny.
yeah, so we have a file that is triangular in cross section that Diana could use to sharpen each one of the teeth, each one of the teeth in the saw. So this is going to be a really nice saw. And I don't know that you have to deal, but there is still some buildup on the edge of the, and what that will do is it will grate on the saw. Every time you open and close it, the dirt that's in there will rub on the saw and cause that back part to get worn out. So, and Danny is working on hedge shears. Oh, and on these.
Yeah, I think you should show these.
I think we should show them.
Standing on that? Yeah, yeah, okay.
On these? Or
On
those?
these,
On those.
these were, yeah, this was all like that. Okay. Now, so.
What were you using? What were you using as a solvent there?
Product, Evapor Rust.
Evapor Rust. What a great name.
Yeah.
Evapor.
Rust.
Can you see that, those of you who are looking down the middle of the table? I think it's kind of in the dark. Hold that, move it over here toward Barb. And just set it down right there. Evapor Rust was another solvent that could be used. That's still kind of dark.
Yeah, can't see it.
Yeah,
Not very bright here.
thank you, Danny. So this is what happens, is everybody brings in things that they found work for them. We found that turpentine works pretty well on sap when there's a lot of sap, but rust, either we put oil on it or maple jelly, which is an oil. It's just a very, very thick oil. One thing that I had that had a lot of rust on it, what Danny's working on right there.
Yeah.
I wrapped it in a rag with maple jelly and put it in a plastic bag and let it sit. And then I'd take it out after a week and I'd work on it some more and work on it some more. Yeah. It gets to be an occupation after a while. You want to
An obsession.
show them what Dan's working
Okay.
on.
One of those ongoing projects.
Yeah, and Amy.
What did you do? Back in and use it again? No, order the back
Yeah.
of us, so I don't forget she
So
ordered.
did it work immediately, Danny? When you put the
Um,
apple rough
it
on,
took-
were you able to?
Took a little, I let it soak for a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this was totally like this.
Yeah,
covered in rust.
and you can even see the scrapes on the blades themselves. The
Yeah.
Blades don't meet well, they don't cut well. They've been scraping because they had that whole layer of rough hanging off the edge and dragging or bad fingernails, and you kind of open it up.
I don't know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, they're saying them.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that nut that's there, if the blades aren't meeting, you might be able to adjust that nut to tighten it. And it might pull the blades in a little bit closer, but if you make it too tight, it won't work.
Okay.
And over at the other table there, that's our communal table. Steve and I bring in, there's all kinds of tools over there. If we wanted to try to take that off of there, there's wrenches and, yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Okay.
and then let's see, Diane's working on, oh, the other pair of scissors. I just set that one down right here. We're gonna highlight this.
I just.
Hi, Diane.
Hello.
You didn't sign up for this.
No, I
Diane
didn't.
and Danny both have.
Now. The same, yeah. Are those Velcros?
Yeah.
They're the good ones.
Both have.
Now, so these are pretty sharp. Check that. I
Are they
haven't even
sharp?
started sharpening.
Danny and Barb and Diane both brought the same pair. Let's not confuse them because Danny's are not sharp. Let's see which ones. Do you remember which ones you had?
This is mine.
Oh, yes, those are sharp.
And
Oh,
I-
Danny, feel the difference between these.
Let's see. Yeah, they're sharp. See, and I haven't even
Oh,
started
wow.
sharpening.
Yeah, yeah. So while
But
we
I'm
we
just
cleaned up,
cleaning it
we
up.
cleaned up Danny's clippers. But they still won't cut paper. Our acid test after we clean and sharpen is we take the thing that we've sharpened and cleaned and we try to cut paper with it. And if we can cut paper, we're fine. Danny's don't cut paper. They just mush things.
No, see, that's,
Because that's what I like.
Those
about it.
are-
They're easy.
these are Dan's.
These are Danny's? Those are yours?
Yep, these are mine.
Well,
Yeah,
they're
mine are the sharp.
They're not sharpened.
just mushing the paper
No.
rather than cutting it.
Hmm.
So they're sharp, but they're not cutting, and that generally means that the blades aren't meeting.
Hmm.
And then you can hold them up to the light.
Yeah, I didn't. See.
Oh, look,
Let's see.
I can see right through there.
Yeah.
Okay.
You might have to hold them yourself.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm not seeing it.
See a gap in with it. Yep.
I'll let them loose just a little bit. I saw it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, the blades not meeting, and blades that don't meet, don't cut.
No garbage.
Yeah, not a good tool. Oh, Steve's gonna try something new.
Oh, okay, Janet, right?
Janet, yeah, uh-huh. Oh, okay, good. We have a question. This is from Jill over on the end, working on. Jill found.
Cruddy things. If
what is
I,
that?
if I take this, I can scrape this off because the steel
There it
wool
is.
isn't getting it,
Okay, do you see the resin on this blade?
all the crud.
And that's all. Oh, there we go. That's all hardened sap on there. It will come off.
I got this off on here.
Let's, did you use any WD-40 on it?
I've soaked it and then I tried using this and I tried using, what happened to the pillow I just had?
I have a heavier duty, scrubber. Let me see if we can try to
Okay.
do that.
But yeah, that was using the tip of this, which is not what it's supposed to be used for.
Easier to use it.
Yeah, ratchet. All right, I had a heavy duty black.
Is it?
There it is right there. Yes,
This?
that one.
Oh, that works better.
Yeah, it's got some coarser cleaner.
Okay, now what my question was, do I need to do the other side too?
Well, you should, because the blades cross.
Okay.
And
I
wherever
did
the
some of
blades,
this already. Okay.
yeah, wherever the blades cross, that's where you get friction and you get scraping. And this blade has to meet this blade.
Right.
Cut well, so you don't want stuff in between.
All right. Thank you. I'll spray it again.
Yep, and I had found meanwhile the wire brush. I carry this little wire brush in my ditty bag. What, did you get them to cut? Did you tighten them?
Oops, it didn't work that time. What paper is this one?
Steven says the New York Times doesn't cut.
It will if I go slow, but if I go fast, it didn't.
Yeah.
Huh, it did cut one time.
Okay,
Sorry. They're better, but
Yeah.
they're not.
well, I am going to
They
go
will
back.
cut.
Okay. You don't have to throw them out. You can keep them. I should work on, whose were they? Those are Danny's. And Joan over here is working on, a massive pair of loppers and a pair of hand pruners.
I don't know where we are with this. Is that? Now, when you do something like this, it doesn't have a beveled edge, which I.
You can do either side. You could sharpen both sides of this. Are we seeing this? You could sharpen both sides of this because it's just cutting against the sand.
Ah,
But if you sharpen both sides of it, you're just losing more metal.
right.
So you're better off to smooth one side after you've sharpened the other side.
Okay.
And I think you probably could sharpen that a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then we got wood handles here that need,
That has, I
Yeah.
don't know if the level thing there could be.
this thing should be able to be sharpened.
Yeah, it needs to be taught.
It's what do they call these? Swows? They call them a swow.
Swole?
Yeah, I think somebody called them a swow one time because of the something about the angle. But yeah, we could clean this metal up and sharpen it too.
Now, the tough one that I was wondering about is my edger. Because I want to try and keep my edger as sharp as possible, but
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Now this is like a saw edge. Every single one of those has to be sharpened. And we start by cleaning it up because we can't have dirt
while you're.
get pulled into.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
when you use a honing stone or file, anytime there's dirt or rust on there, it'll drag the dirt or rust right into where you just use the tool.
So would it be a triangular that I would use for this? Is the same as that I would use for a saw?
Yeah, it doesn't look like they ever had much of an edge to start with on those.
No, it doesn't.
So it's probably gonna be primarily cleaning that is gonna do it because there's stuff
Yeah, oh, no, I
built
haven't.
up in there.
Yeah, I haven't. I didn't clean it at all.
Okay, so we'll clean that one up. But I was looking at your wooden handle here and there's down here and up here,
Uh-huh.
there's rough places forming where you're gonna end up with splinters in using it. So we can work
So
with
that
that.
way the Lenten oil will help with that, right?
Yeah, linseed oil,
Linseed.
yeah. Okay. And here Joan is demonstrating
Yes, that's right. I'm done with it.
Joan is demonstrating the proper way to sharpen an edge.
Because I'm
Always going in the one direction. You don't saw back and forth.
not cursing either.
You're not cursing. Oh, that's good. That's good. Although cursing sometimes helps, I find. So does giving up. I find out if I legitimately give up,
Yes,
walk away from it, when I come back,
yes.
things work differently.
There you go.
Yeah. I usually go from I go for this part down here at the hinge
Yeah.
more because and in fact, I think I can see it on yours. Most gardeners, when they get into something that they can't cut well,
Oh,
they'll jam it way down in
Yes.
here and hack away at it. And that's where you get a lot of little burrs in there. So I make sure that I go all the way down there. Okay.
think.
So I'm gonna get some linseed oil and work on this handle here. Sure, why don't you take a look at chat and see what's in chat while I lay this out and work on the wooden handle.